let's just quickly make sure. A debtor's journal is when I sell on credit, and a creditor's journal is when I buy on credit. You got me? So, the following transactions took place in the books of ZZ Traders. Please, guys, when you look at the headings, make sure that everything is there, because that's easy marks. If you say Debtors Journal of ZZ Traders, can you see the name should be there? The month and the year should be there. And the DJ, that DJ should actually be here. Okay, so there's 3 ticks. There's 3 things already. Then you have to make sure that your headings is shown. Okay. Day, debtor, folio, sales, cost of sales. Okay. Thank you, baby. So now, the next thing, if I look at the creditor's journal, I also make sure the name, the date, the folio. And then I make sure that everything is there. Remember, this first column is creditor's control, not bank. Because I'm not paying it yet. I'm buying on credit. Creditor's control. Okay. So let's go through this. Selling. Can you see I sold goods on credit to Baloy? So this is a DJ, right? So day 4, Baloy. Okay? No, you took the last one. So now here we go, 1920. But I need a cost of sales. For a cost of sales, I need a markup. So they gave me a markup is 100%. So now, I know I'm going to take the selling price times 100 over 100 plus the markup. And what is the markup? Also 100. So can you see, I'm going to say 1920 times 100 divided 200. And can you see that's basically a half? So what's half of 1920? 960. Right. Next one. Bought goods. So I said CJ is when I buy goods. And now I see there's 2 numbers. There's an invoice and there's a number that's renumbered. Which one will I use? The renumbered one. So now, if I go here, I'm going to use the renumbered one, which is wrong here. It's 2019. Ne? So this would be 220. This would be 221. Can you see they are following? Okay, the day is day 7. KK Suppliers. Okay. And they say I'm buying merchandise, which is trading stock. And I'm buying packing material, which doesn't have a column. So I'm going to put it sundry packing material. Now, I'm going to add those 2 to give me the creditor's control. Okay. So if I add those 2, it gives me 0873. That's the total of the invoice. Right. Everybody with me? Next one. Sold goods on credit. So again, it's the DJ here, ne? So I sold on credit to Retief. Now, please stop talking. I want you to see this. They say here, the original cost of these goods were 2024. Meaning they're giving you the cost price. So I'm going to put that 2024 there. So now, I need to calculate the sales price. Now can you see, if I take that sales price How will I do that? I'm literally going to flip it. The 200 is on top now, and the 100 is at the bottom. Okay, so I'm taking exactly that formula. But now because I have the cost price, I will say 100 plus 100 is going to be on top, and the 100 is going to be at the bottom. You guys see? So I'm just flipping it. So I always remember it. Your sales price is bigger than the cost price. So if you need to calculate the sales price, the big one is on top. If I need to calculate the cost price, the small one is on top. So what do we get? Oh, it's going to be double, nay? Does it make sense to you? If it's 100% markup, it means if I pay 10 Rand for this thing, I'm going to make a profit also of 10 Rand. So I ask double, 20 Rand. Okay. And then I just total. And then the last one, the second last one, they say bought 2 computers, and they say this is each. Okay. So it means I need to take that 13, I say it's techie, and it's 2 computers, so I need to say 9120 times 2, and that gives me what? 18240, and it's 2 computers. So do they trade in computers? No. So where will I show it? In my sundry. And I'm going to say this is what? Equipment. And then on the 27th, I received an invoice from Pixie Traders. And it's for good, so it's going to go into trading stock and creditors control. But now they say it's 1,480 less 2.5% trade discount. So, what is 100 less 2.5? What is 100 less 2.5? 97.5. Is that what you say? Over 100. Because I'm not going to owe them 100%. I'm going to owe them 2.5% less. You sharp? So that gives me what? 1,443. Thank you, baby. And now I just total it. What is this total here? Anybody? Is that right? Okay. So there's your CJ and DJ. Yes, baby. I should never calculate? No. Not never. It depends on the circumstances and what the questions given ask. But not, no. Okay. Question 2. Question 2 is posting. So now when I look at posting, yes? Yeah, but then they have to tell you the total amount you owe. They will say you bought computers to the value of 70,000. Then you just put the 70. Listen. So they ask me posting. Posting, I told you. You do not go into the classroom if you do not know your formats. So let's do bank first. What is the format for bank? First thing you do is you say bank is an asset. So it's a plus and it's a minus. It's a balance sheet account. Then you write down the format. Balance is on the plus side. Balance BD. And this is when money comes in. So it's when I receive. So it's receipts. CRJ. There money goes out. So it's total payments. CPJ. Now, let me move it that you can see. Now, very important. I know it's all columns. So I know my balance BD is always on the first. And what is the month? June 26. So it's the 1st of June 26. So June has got 30 days. Okay. I can now go and write the format in. So I say balance CO. And I draw my double lines. And I've got a balance BD this side. And the BD is always on the first day, but it can't be June anymore. So it's July. July, ne? Yes. Okay. But it's not nice if July. You must always talk the truth. So let's go. Let's go on. So now, this format, you must know it. So I go and I look. And remember, when you get a test, you don't have to start with question 1. We all know Mr. Q likes asking concepts question 1. And what happens is you sit with it and you sit with it. Don't start with question 1. Go to the one that you find easiest. We all know there's a DJ and a CJ. We all know there's a AOL. We all know there's going to be posting. Okay. I personally will start with posting because posting is already set marks. But that's up to you. You don't, because you got an answer book. You don't have to start question 1. So now I look. The balance for bank is 4690. Now when I go to the info, I see I've got CRJ, CPJ. So the CRJ, I'm going to look for bank. Why? Because I'm busy with bank. So I see the bank is 120,998. Stop talking, please. CPJ, I'm now also going to look for bank, because bank is my account that I'm doing. 87677. Okay, let's go on. Now I need to balance. So I'm going to go slow through it again. I go to the plus side and I plus. So if I plus, it's 4690 plus 12998. What does that give me? 128. Okay. Now I go.
125.
Yeah?
125.
Let me see.
Yeah, 125,688.
Okay. 125. It's fine. Now, I take that amount And I also put it on this side. 125,688. Ne? Because you will always get a mark if those two are equal. Right. Now, even if they are wrong. But now obviously if you add that and you write there 7 and 7, I won't mark it right because it's not reasonable. But with hers, she would have gotten her marks. Because we mark the principle that the two is the same. Next. Now, I'm going to the minus side. So I'm going to minus. So I say 125 minus 87. Okay? So I'm going to say 125,688 minus 87,677. So that gives me 11083. There we go. So this is how much money I have left in the bank. So now, can you see that amount is the same as this amount? I'm going to put it here. Yes, question. The next one is the debtors control. Again, first thing you write down, hey, is it's an asset, meaning it's a plus minus, it's a balance sheet. Meaning the balance BD is on the first day on the plus side. And now I write my format. Their debt becomes more if I sell goods to them. Their debt becomes less if they pay me. The balance CO is on the minus side. Draw my double lines. The balance BD is on the plus side. First day. Yes. Why do I have bank CRJ? Because I received money. Why did I receive money? Because the debtors pay me what they owe me. So their debt becomes less. So if I ask you the AOL, and I say the transaction, a debtor pays his debt or receive a direct deposit from a debtor to pay his debt, I would debit bank and credit debtors control. And can you see debtors control is written on the credit side. That's why I credit debtors control. Does it make sense? Okay. If I say a debtor buys goods on credit, what do I know? The debtors control is debit. And can you see? And sales is credit. It's most debtors control sales. Cost of sales, trading stuff. Now can you see the debtors control? I wrote on the debit side sales. So debtors is debit, sales is credit. Does it start clicky clicky? You guys must just start seeing the links. So now I know this is June. So it's June 26. Please stop talking. Meaning this is going to be July. Now I look. I see. Stop talking, girls. You're sitting in the wrong place, ne? So I move you back if you guys keep on talking. Debtors is 47,670. So now, let's go to the DJ. I'm going to look at the DJ for debtors control. I don't see debtors control. So what do I look for? Sales. And sales is 45,987. I go to the CRJ. What am I going to look for?
Bank. Debtors control.
You always look for the account. This is plan B. Plan A is always the... So if I go to the CRJ, debtors is 27,800. And now I need to balance. So I'm going through the steps again. Please listen. I go to the plus side. I add. So if I add, I get what? And that one I put on both sides. See? Now I am on the minus side. Ne? So I'm going to minus. So I say 93, stop talking, minus 27 gives me what?
6,500.
And this amount goes to both sides where the balance is. 6,587. You guys get posting? Let's do the creditors. So the creditors control, I always start by saying it's a liability. So it's a minus plus. It's also a balance sheet. I write the balance on the plus side. Ne? And I know it would be the first day. The last day, I'm going to say, and you can decide if you want to say credit purchases or sundry purchases. Okay. No, but that doesn't sound like purchases. Which one are you doing? Credit purchases or sundry? Either one I will take right. Sundry or credit purchases. And this is the CJ because I am buying on credit, so my debt is increasing. On the minus side, I am paying my debt. Which journal shows when I pay? CPJ. And it's also a last day. Now, I can balance on the minus side, balance CO. Draw my double line. Plus side, balance BD. And it's always on the first day of the next month. So, I can already say, those two I know need to be the same. Those two I know need to be the same. Now let's have a look. They tell me creditors have got a balance of 39,990. 39,990. Okay, now I go to the CJ. What am I going to look for? Plan A, creditors control. So creditors control, oh sorry, there, 100, 100. When I go to the CPJ, what will I look for? First option, plan A, creditors control. 33,670. There's just too many 6/7s for you guys. Okay, now let's balance. So I'm going to plus the plus side. So if I add those, I'm going to get 1. It feels like minus, but with a liability it's a plus. It's very important, you guys, listen to me. It's very important to remember debit doesn't mean plus and credit minus. Debit means left and credit means right. And that is why you need to know your dead and your click accounts. Because the dead accounts plus on the debit side, but the click accounts plus on the credit side. So get your brain away from debit plus credit minus and rather get your brain into debit left, credit right, plus and minus depends on the account. Okay. So this 140,090 is going to go here. Ooh, I miss a 0. Okay. And now I'm going to minus the 33670 and that gives me 106. Okay. Let's go on. I'm waiting. This one, that B. It depends on the memo. Maybe Sir printed the B already, but if he didn't print the B, you will lose a mark if you don't write the B. The numbers, in this case, they didn't give me numbers. But if they did say it's a B7, you can't write B5. Okay, let's go on. So now I've got trading stock. I see my trading stock is going over the pages, so let's just do this. So, can we try and stop talking for 3 seconds? So, trading stock, very important, ne? Because it's the only T that's got all the journals in it. Okay, so it's also a B. The balance would be on the debit side. Now, trading stock becomes more when I buy stock. I've got 2 methods to buy stock. Cash and credit. Ne? So I buy it cash in the CPJ. I buy it on credit and show it in the CJ. Now I'm selling stock, so my stock becomes less. I sell it cash and credit. How do I sell it cash? Oh, in the CRJ. How do I sell it on credit? Oh, in the DJ. But I'm not going to write debtors and bank because I'm not interested in the sales price. I'm interested in the stock that I lose. So I'm going to write cost of sales, because I want the cost price of the goods that I sold, because I want to keep track of my trading stock. So in the end, my balance will tell me how much stock I've got left. Okay, so now my dates, June the 1st and the 30th, and June the 30th. Ne? Now I can finish my format. I know balance CO, credit side. I total, balance BD, debit side, first next month. I already know that total will be the same. And I also know the balance will be the same. Now, let's fill this in. I see trading stock has a... Let me just wait for you are talking. We have a balance of 35,760. Okay. Now, I see CPJ. What account am I going to look for? What is plan A?
Trading stock.
Trading stock. So I go to the CPJ. I look for trading stock. 38,900. I go to the CJ. What do I look for? Plan A.
Trading stock.
Trading stock. I see 77,890. Okay. Now, if I go to trading stock, the credit side, CRJ, plan A is trading stock. But I will not find trading stock in here. So now I take plan B, cost of sales, the 3880. And the same is true with the DJ. You will not find trading stock here. So you take option second, plan B, cost of sales. So I put the 21,345. And now I need to balance. What do? I go to the plus side, people in the back, and I plus. So I say 35 plus 38 plus 77, and that gives me, okay, say again slow, 1,550. And it's the same on the other side. How will I get the balance? I'm going to minus. So I say 152 minus 213 minus 308, and that gives me like that. If I look at this, can you see that I've got a lot more stock left than I started out with? So it could be that we didn't have good sales, ne? So what will you do to change that next month? How do you get your sales to improve? You lower the price. What do we call it? A clearance sale, an end of range sale. You sell it at a lower price. You can make the markup lower. What else can you do? You can advertise, marketing. You can also find out why isn't the stock moving? Why is it that this stock is not selling? By asking your clients. You do target market research, ne? Maybe I bought cheap products and they break, and that's why people don't want to buy from. Okay. Is everybody sharp?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to sales. Sales is a income. So it's a nominal. So it's a minus plus. Alright. Asset. Sorry, I forgot to say trading stock is an asset. Okay, let's go on. So sales will have a credit balance. Can you see again? This is a click account, because it's an income. So I know I have two ways of selling stock. I sell it cash and I sell it on credit. And I can see now there's not going to be a balance COBD. It's not necessary. So June the 1st and the 30th. Okay. Now I see sales has got a balance 160, 670. Now I look. I say, okay. If I go to the CRJ, sorry, I just try and get this thing right. And then it falls again. If I go to the CRJ, what am I going to look for? Plan A. Sales. So the CRJ, I've got sales 89220. If I go to the DJ, what am I going to look for? Sales. I see sales is 45,987, and then I total it.